How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another edition of the Kick Report. And today we are back for Copper Drop episode number 3. I just wanted to start by saying I'm super appreciative of you guys. We are closing out on 100 subscribers if you look at it from the bigger picture, and honestly that's crazy to even say, but right now we're at the forbidden number, that of which I will not say because I'm new to YouTube and not playing with its guidelines. But again, I'm truly appreciative of you guys, and in this video I feel like we found our best finds yet, so I'm super excited to bring that to you guys. So with all that being said, let's jump into our first location, Runway Fashion. And before I get started, shout out to my boy Ty for coming with me and helping me film this video. But I think for this first location, we were not expecting to find any like good finds here, but we actually found quite a few. Starting with these Kyrie 2s, and this whole thrift store is like mainly clothing, but shoes like these, like the Kyrie 2s, are older and hard to find, and for $26 that's amazing. So if you wanted to get these secondhand or even on a resale website like GOAT, which is the app I use, or the site I use to find all these prices, they're gonna go for an arm and a leg. But let's move on. So for these next shoes, the Air Max 270s, honestly not much to be said here, but it kind of drills home the point that, you know, these shoes are at extremely fair prices. Like a shoe that's $22.05, like for real, like that's an instant copy, especially for a name brand like Nike. And again, it's a 270, so you know it goes for a little bit. Up next is, you know, something that's a little near and dear to my heart, the KD15s. I won't say too much, but if you want to see my video on the KD15s, I will put that right up there above for you to go ahead and click on it and check that out. But again, $26 is going to be a little bit worn in for these. I honestly recommend just getting a new pair, but if you're in a pinch, these are definitely a super solid option. And sitting literally across the way from those were these Jordan 1s. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of these, but I know someone is. But just know that for $31, new-ish looking Jordan 1s are definitely a steal. And right next to them were these Nike Joyride running shoes. Dual runs to be specific. Joyride was something they had way back long ago, but I'm showing you guys these because I actually have a pair of these. So if you want to see me do a running shoe review, feel free to let me know and I'll get that to you guys ASAP. And up next, we have these Air Max 97s. Honestly, a goated shoe. I think these might go in my Mount Rushmore of shoes. And honestly, a solid colorway. They have the little toe fuzz or the foot fuzz in the shoe bed, but for $30, they're a beautiful shoe. Now let's move on. Another top shoe. We have these NMD R1s, and honestly, I'm a big fan of the NMDs. I never got to have a pair when I was a kid, but I did get a pair when I was older, and the boost is no joke. It's just the lockdown is. Now here it is, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Nike undefeated Air Max 97s in the black colorway, and let me tell you, I was so shocked when I saw these. These go for like $350 on resale websites. I could have bought these, but I was like, you know what, I'm not that type of guy. Let me let somebody else enjoy these. But a top find. And as we were on our way out, I actually was with my boy and we saw these Sabrina 1s, and we're both hoopers. We came up hooping together, and when we saw these, we're like, hold on, what size are those? And they're on my boy's size, so you know we had to check them out. And honestly, it didn't take us long. We realized they're definitely a super solid shoe, although they had been worn, but barely worn for a hoop shoe. And we walked up out the store with them, so I know my boy Ty was excited to get his hands on these. In really good condition, and they're only $33. I think this is going to be a shoe that is going to be resold heavy, so I was super excited for my boy when he got his hands on these. Another great find. Shout out to you, Runway Fashion. Where the shout out ends is at Marshall's. So forgive me, I have the memory of like a goldfish, but I don't recall if I've been to a Marshall's with you guys before. But all I know is I will not be back again. This felt like Freak 5 Central. Freak o'clock, I'm sorry, forgive me, but no, if I found like 4 or 5 pairs of the Giannis's there, and for $50 I would not pay that much. I think there's better shoes out there. I mean, it does have Zoom unit, but I think the shoe is just way too narrow. I had a pair, had to give them away to my cousin because of how narrow they were. Didn't even make him pay me for them. So that's how I felt in my heart. But they do have these Vapor Speed 3s. I think the Vapor Pro ones are the ones with the zoom unit, and these don't have them in there. But honestly, a name brand cleat, nothing seemed to be wrong with it. And honestly, for a super solid price. So there's always those type of finds at these stores like Marshall's. So it's hard to give up on them completely. They did also have these Air Force Ones, the grade school version, which is why they're a little bit cheaper. Again, I mean, I wouldn't say go stalking around your local Marshalls or Ross to try to find shoes like this, but no, there is a possibility that you can find something like that at locations like these. But overall, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed just walking around. The whole shoe section was smaller. I was honestly expecting something like Ross where they have multiple rows, and that of which they did, but nothing what I'm looking for. But now we are at the Grail spot, the Dick's Warehouse store. Immediately upon walking in here, I saw some McDavid padded basketball leggings. And these, if you've ever been a kid and wanted something, you brought them up to your parents, you're like, Mom, Dad, can I get them? And they said, no, it's too expensive. But these are only $8, so it's beautiful. They also had these KDs here, a wall of KDs, KD 18s, great shoe, only for $96. So it's just like stores like this almost make me shed a tear. Moving on, we have like the Jaw 2s, and I'll let the shoes kind of roll by as I kind of get onto my spiel about stores like these. This is why I like don't give up on finding finds, because when I heard about this store, I was like looking across the street, I saw Dick's Sporting Goods, and I turned around, I was like, why is there another Dick's Sporting Goods right there? Walked in and they were telling me it's all sales in here. So this is a store in which everything that you see is going to be on sale, and therefore you're finding the deals everywhere. So I love it. It's your boy loves a good discount. Again, like you saw, like with the KD 18s, they're name brand shoes here. Like the Pegasus Plus is a household name, the Pegasus line, and the Pegasus Pluses, which is like a higher end version running shoe, are here as well on sale, which is awesome. So it's called Dick's Warehouse Sale. They also have a website, but it's actually called Gone, and that's where Dick's basically just the company sends all of their maybe not selling as well things like these Rams Pegasus 41s. Then they ship them off to stores like this, and they throw them on sale because they want to get rid of them. And you find great finds. Like, again, I love the KDs. Telling me it's on sale, I'm gonna go every single time. I could not stress enough how much I'd recommend for some of you guys just go on the website or go to a store in person and just to see what they have. Again, I'm a huge fan. One shoe that's new on the market is the Jordan 4 RMs, and as you see here, they're on sale but don't seem to be selling that well. But I know there's a Cactus Jack colorway that went crazy. More 270s. I will say the discount isn't going to be as good at the stores, but everything is on sale. It's a sale off of a lot as opposed to a crazy sale off of one or two shoes. So I love it, and it's any type of shoe: running shoe, basketball shoe, lifestyle shoe, casual shoe, anything, hiking shoe, all of them. So definitely a huge fan of stores like this. So and they even had these New Balances which for $40, which I think is a super crazy find for the shoe itself. And as these book ones slide past my screen for the 90th time, it makes me question the shoe, makes me question if I was smart for not buying it. Some more Dawn issue 6s. I know the Dawn issue 7s are out, and you can see how many tag stickers they put on it, but you're gonna find stuff like that, and they might even want to throw an additional sale just because they're too tired of looking at it. Some more Vomero 5s for a great price, and you can tell by how quickly I'm moving around that I'm just loving it here. One thing that you will see as well is that you'll see some pretty crazy colorways that go on sale. Honestly, the same thing you'll see on Nike.com, because Nike and Dick's Sporting Goods, I believe, actually have a deal that that's why you see so many Nike shoes at Dick's Sporting Goods compared to like Adidas and everybody else, because they are linked. And you'll see sometimes that like if you go on the Nike app, you'll see them drop shoes at Dick's Sporting Goods locations. Like they'll have like a Jordan 4 drop or something like that, which is honestly super cool. And I know you guys see those Sabrinas. You know how I feel about my Sabrinas. But for $129, that is egregious. But they did have some Sambas here. And you'll see I guess super hot sellers like Samba and all that. Or Samba, but you know what I'm trying to say. But it's just that either the colorway is going to be a little bit louder, or that the shoe itself didn't sell well. Like, you'll see some low performance shoes here, but usually like the shoes that at least I'm going here for, and I assume that you're coming here for, are either going to be the nice casual shoes or the high performing basketball shoes. And that in that department, they knock it out the park. Like the GT Cut 3s, like these right here, $91 for that colorway. Be careful though, that specific colorway is a women's colorway, and the sizes are inverted. Ask me how I know. It was very unfortunate having to walk back into the store and return those. What's crazy is you would think that I would have a Dick's Sporting Goods partnership the way I've been talking about this store, but I'm here to bring the catch. So you're probably wondering, all these discounts and sales, and actually what's funny is right behind me there's racks and racks and racks full of clothing that is also on sale, and they even have like beach balls and just random things there as well, all on sale. You're wondering what's the catch, and I'm here to tell you. So the catch is, you're not going to find very many of these locations. They are very, very, very few and far between, but I will say, if you do find one, please be sure to get yourself into one. If you can't get into a physical location, their website, Gone, as I said earlier in the video, they will have some of those shoes there, if not all. I can't guarantee that all the shoes that like you'll see in this video will be online, but I can guarantee that there are some great finds on there. So if you're a runner, or you're looking for a new hoop shoe, or you're in the debate between Nike versus Adidas, you might be able to get both just by going online and looking and seeing what they have. So big shout out to Dick's Sporting Goods warehouse sale and Nike for making this happen somehow, some way. So up here, some Ultra Boosts, and again, they're a little expensive for my liking, but hey, they're Ultra Boosts and they go for an arm and a leg. Some Rev 7s, a low budget type running shoe, they'll get the job done. These I believe are the Nitros. I don't believe those are Mellows, so Mellow counters staying intact today. I think we'll see, but more Book Ones. If I see another Book One, I think we're just gonna have to start the Book One counter instead of the Mellow counter. It's starting to confuse me because I heard they're actually a really good shoe, and I'm a fan of the sizing. Some Luka 3s down here, a super solid shoe. People are loving the Jordan Luka line, and I think Jordan did a great job of rolling out, like, I feel like under everyone's radar, just rolled out a super solid line of shoes. Like, apart from their main line of, like, I think they're on the 40s. I think they're on the 40s now. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But they have like the Tatums and the Lukas and remind me who I'm forgetting. But they have some in the Zions, but yeah, we'll talk about those. But honestly, they did a pretty good job. More GT Cut 3s, solid shoe, still more expensive than you'd want to pay. And then they have these Jordan Airs. These are a woman's shoe. I like the way they look. Like we were just talking about Jordan. I hope that shoe sticks, because that's a woman's shoe that actually looks really good, and I'm hoping for big things for it. As you see, this is kind of like the layout of the Dick's Sporting Goods warehouse sale, and I think this is the best store I've been to yet. I think I brought you guys 2 really good locations, but that is going to round out today's video. I just want to say again, I'm super appreciative of you guys tuning in. Again, we're at that forbidden number. I'm gonna be careful about saying that. I won't say the actual number, but if you look and it's the forbidden number or close to it, you'll get it. But again, I appreciate you guys for everything that you've done. Be sure to let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. If I missed a shoe, or you want me to try out a different place or review a certain shoe, please let me know down below, and I appreciate you guys for all of your support once again. But that's all for today's video. This has been the Kick Report.